Hello, if this is your first time, welcome to my channel, and if it's not, then I say to you, welcome back. My name is Antonio Lawrence, and my objective is to teach the hidden gospel of Jesus Christ. As we read in Matthew 13 verse 34, all these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them. So there is a hidden message that was hidden in parables, and it is when we appropriately interpret the parables, we will get to know this hidden message. I have figured out this hidden message, and this channel is all about presenting to you this message that was hidden in parables, and I can safely say, it is not what the church is preaching, and a lot of what the church is preaching is what is referred to as the Great Deception. One aspect of this Great Deception is the teaching that Jesus is coming back to save the world. But what did Jesus say about that? What do you understand from this passage, which we read in Matthew 24 verses 23 to 27, where Jesus, speaking about what is expected to be his second coming, said, Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false Christs, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth, behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Yes, he is here talking about what is expected to be his second coming, and what does he say about it? He is implying that the people who will be teaching you about him will be deceiving you, and they will be very successful in their deception, which is what is referred to as the Great Deception, and that if care was not taken, even the chosen few would have been deceived. So he is telling you before, so that the chosen few will not allow themselves to be deceived. Are you among the chosen few who will not allow themselves to be deceived? The truth, which you will never learn in church, is that, when Jesus came, he came to save the world, and establish the kingdom of heaven on earth, but his mission failed, because as he said, the kingdom of heaven suffereth violence, and the violent take it by force. So to the violent ones he said, Ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. This is because the kingdom was supposed to be established at that time, but they prevented it, and are now telling us that we will go there when we die, because they sacrificed Jesus for that purpose, fulfilling the request of our Father who is in heaven, and that is a great deception. When he said, There shall arise false Christs, he does not mean that fake people will come claiming to be Christ, but what he meant was that those who will be teaching you about him will fabricate stories about him and give false impressions of him, which will just be a part of the Great Deception. He is also saying to you that, if they tell you that he is coming back, or that he has come, and is in the desert, or in the secret chambers, you should believe it not. Why should you not believe it? Because, as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. He understood, and wanted you to understand, that this coming will be his only coming, when he will give his light, which will not be seen now, because of the parables, but will be seen later, after you have continued in his word, and have appropriately interpreted the parables, and so will you come to know the truth that is hidden therein, and you now knowing this truth, is what will set you free. That is what was implied when you were told, If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So will you recognize that, Blessed is he that cometh in the name of the Lord, because you will understand that, as he said to our Father, I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do, and every knee will then bow, and every tongue will then confess that, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Jesus is in his time, and he is talking about another time, the time the world will be saved, the time expected to be the time of his second coming. Now, he likens these two times to lightning coming out of the east, and shining all the way to the west. What he is implying is that, it is the light that he is shining now, which is not seen now, because of the parables, that is going to enlighten you when that time comes, when the parables are appropriately interpreted, and it is only by this enlightenment you will be made free. In the academic world, certain subjects have an ordinary level, and then an advanced level. So having completed your study of the ordinary level, you are then expected to proceed to the study of the advanced level. I will now put Christianity in that category, to enable me to distinguish between what I am teaching, and what the church is preaching. What the church is preaching is ordinary level Christianity. This is because, even when you go to theological colleges and seminaries, and get all kinds of degrees, all you really get is more, and more, and more, ordinary level Christianity, so the church cannot teach you advanced level Christianity. Jesus said, "If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." That right there is where you will find advanced level Christianity. In church you will not learn the truth that advanced level Christianity teaches, because when the bridegroom came, the virgins were not ready for this truth, and so it was hidden in parables. The true gospel of Jesus Christ is hidden in parables, and is not what the church is preaching, because the church has not been able to appropriately interpret the parables. There is this truth that we need to know, to be made free, which Jesus came to teach us, and this truth, which you will not learn in church, is hidden in His Word, and we will know this truth if we study His words, meaning that this truth was told to us, but not in an obvious and easy to understand way, but rather, it was told to us in parables, and this is because, when the bridegroom came, the virgins were not ready for this truth. So to learn this truth, and get an understanding of advanced level Christianity, which is not what the church is preaching, we must personally study His words and appropriately interpret the parables. If you want to know this truth, which was hidden in parables, which you will not learn in church, then this is where you need to be. This channel is wholly about teaching, not ordinary level Christianity, as the church is preaching, but advanced level Christianity, the Christianity that will teach you how to make use of the Spirit of God, with which you were endowed, so you will get to the glory of God, from which you have fallen short. In ordinary level Christianity we were taught that all have sinned, and have fallen short of the glory of God, and that is the problem in this world, why this world has fallen short of the heaven it was meant to be, and in advanced level Christianity, the objective is to solve this problem. The hidden gospel of Jesus Christ, which is hidden in parables, the advanced level Christianity, is really the solution to the world's problem, and the problem will be solved, and we will be saved, when we understand this hidden message. That is what Jesus was illustrating in parable when he said, "As the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be." The hidden message from Jesus to us is still hidden, because the parables have not been appropriately interpreted until now. Now I am here to present to you a clear understanding of the hidden gospel that was hidden in parables. This channel is wholly about teaching the true gospel, the gospel of Jesus Christ, which is not what the church is preaching, because it was hidden in parables. As we were told, all these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them. The true gospel of Jesus Christ will be understood when the parables are appropriately interpreted, and this is what I consider to be advanced level Christianity. So Jesus said unto us, "If ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed, and ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." This truth that we need to know to be made free, which is not what the church is preaching, is actually hidden in parables, and it is when we appropriately interpret the parables, we will come to know this truth and be made free, meaning that we will get to our true glory, the glory of God, from which we have fallen short, by being able to make use of the Spirit of God, with which we were endowed, and that is how the kingdom of heaven will be established on earth, because ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? The church is preaching that when we die, we will be resurrected from the dead, but Jesus told us in parable that the resurrection is not of the dead, but of the living, and this is very important to understand. The resurrection that the religion is teaching us about is not of the physically dead, but of the living, who are spiritually dead, and need to come alive spiritually, so we will be able to make use of the Spirit of God, with which we were endowed. The resurrection is really about being born again, not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God, the Spirit. Also, the church is preaching that heaven is a place we will go when we die. That is not true, but is one aspect of the great deception. Jesus never spoke of a place called heaven, but rather, he spoke of the kingdom of heaven. The truth is, heaven is this world, and the kingdom of heaven is the kingdom that rules this world. This world was meant to be heaven, but it has fallen short of the heaven it was meant to be, because there is one problem in the world, which is, we are unable to serve God, as we should, and this is because, as the religion teaches us, all have sinned, and have fallen short of the glory of God. So in Matthew 5 verse 13 Jesus asked you, "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted?" This world is like a puppet, controlled by strings, and taking control of these strings, which control this world, so that we can be in control of our affairs, is what the kingdom of heaven or the kingdom of God is really about, and we are in control of the strings. These strings are collectively referred to as the Spirit of God, which is the light of men. The only problem is, the light of men, the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world, shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. Men are children of God, and as children of God, men were endowed with the Spirit of God, as the light of men, the true light which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you? Now, this oneness or this togetherness, of the physical man, the Son, and the Father, the Spirit of God, who dwelleth in man, is what the Trinity represents. In the Trinity, God the Father, who dwelleth in the Son, the physical man, is the vine, and we the children of God, are the branches, and that is what he was saying when he said to us, I am with thee always, I am the vine, and ye are the branches, and we the children of God, the branches, must abide in our vine, and our only problem is, we are not abiding in our vine, meaning that we have gone astray, becoming prodigal sons, when we should have been begotten sons, which is why we have fallen short of our true glory, the glory of God, and is why this world has fallen short of the heaven it was intended to be. So Jesus, the only begotten Son, was sent to teach the prodigal sons how to become the begotten sons that they were meant to be. So, to become begotten sons, we must do as Jesus said to us, follow me, which means we must, as we were told in Philippians 2 verse 5, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, and that means we must follow the only begotten Son, and as he did, we must abide in our vine, and to be able to abide in our vine, like the only begotten Son did, we must be born again, not of blood, nor of the will of flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God, the Spirit. To abide in our vine, like the only begotten Son did, we must be resurrected from the dead, and come alive spiritually, so that we will be able to make use of the Spirit of God, with which we were endowed. To abide in our vine, like the only begotten Son did, we must receive the atonement, which means we must recognize and understand our at-one-ment or our oneness with God, as the branch is one with its vine, and that means, like he did, we must recognize and understand our place in the Trinity. As children of God, we are represented in the Trinity as the Son. So, like Jesus did, each of us must recognize that, I am the Son of God, I am in the Father and the Father in me, I and my Father are one. To abide in our vine, like the only begotten Son did, it is imperative that we recognize our place in the Trinity, the meal that is made up of 3 measures, and that is what Jesus was saying to us in parable, when he said, the kingdom of heaven is like unto leaven, which a woman took, and hid in 3 measures of meal, till the whole was leavened. When we abide in our vine, like the only begotten Son did, we will be resurrected from the dead, and come alive spiritually, and be able to make use of the Spirit of God, with which we were endowed, and so will we be living in heaven, here on earth, because all the Samaritans would have become good Samaritans, because they would have recovered their 1 talent which was buried, meaning that they will now be able to, as we were instructed, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. This means you will be able to, as Jesus instructed us, his disciples, heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give, and it is our ability to do this, that is going to enable us to live this life more abundantly. For us to live this more abundant life, we must get to our true glory, the glory of God, from which we have fallen short. My people, again we have come to the end of another good day. Tomorrow is another day, and I hope you will join me again, right here, down by the riverside, where I teach the truth that was hidden in parables, the truth that will make you free. Please join me again in my next video, when I will go deeper into what Jesus refers to as the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. You will want to join me, and please consider subscribing to this channel. See you then.